Hello and welcome. My name is Barry and I've been a professional chef for the last 20 years. One of the unique abilities a chef has is being able to draw maximum flavor out of the dishes they create. This is often done through experience but also through technical execution. The building blocks for flavor are typically birthed in the searing process, and today for my demonstration I would like to show you a step-by-step process on how to sear a steak to achieve maximum flavor and tenderness and ultimately recreate a restaurant quality steak at home. Let's begin with step 1. I'm going to preheat a thick bottom pan. I've chosen to use a cast iron pan today. I have my stove top set at a medium-high setting. I'm allowed to come up to temperature of 5 to 8 minutes. Similar to preheating my pan, tempering your steak is just as important. I have a ribeye here. It's been removed from refrigeration for the last 15 minutes, allowing it to come up to room temperature. This will aid in the searing process and also allow my steak to cook evenly. Step 3 would be seasoning your steak very liberally. I have kosher salt here. I'm going to just 4 inches above, let gravity take control. I'm going to hit with some fresh ground black pepper. What I do to side 1, I must do to side 2 as well. So I'm going to repeat this process, just like so. Next step, it would be to check the heat of my pan. I'm going to simply do this by placing my hand about 6 inches above. If I can feel the heat rating, I know my pan's ready to rock and roll. I'm going to add vegetable oil. I have chosen to use safflower oil for its high smoke point. Also, it has a neutral flavor. I'm going to put just enough oil in the pan to coat the bottom of the pan. Just like so. Allow a couple seconds to go by for the oil to heat up. Now I'm going to place my steak in the center of the pan, away from my body. The center of the pan is going to be the hottest point of the pan. It will allow me to get the best sear possible. Just like so. That sound right there is exactly what we're looking for. That's the sound of heaven. I'm also noticing that the oil in my pan is jumping. To saute in French actually means to jump. So far we're going exactly as planned. You might be wondering, how do you know when to flip this steak? Well, we're going to cook this steak for 2 to 3 minutes. We're looking for the exterior or the perimeter of the steak to become golden brown. I'm not going to touch the steak at this point. As long as our pan is hot, our steak is tempered, and we have enough oil in the pan to coat the bottom of it, the steak will naturally release from the pan after 2 minutes. This technique or process doesn't only apply to steak. It will also work for fish, pork, chicken, and even vegetables. After 2 to 3 minutes, and I see a golden brown perimeter around my steak, I will repeat this process on side 2. This is what the steak would look like after 2 to 3 minutes. You see the golden brown also has a beautiful coarse texture. The final process is probably the most important step in the process. Once your steak has fully cooked, is to remove it from the pan and allow it to rest at room temperature for at least 10 minutes. This will allow the juices of the steak to cease and settle. If I were to cut my steak right away, the juices would run all over the cutting board, resulting in a very dry steak. I hope you found this process very simple to follow. Again, I'll review it one last time. We're going to preheat our pan would be step 1. Step 2 would be temper your steak. Step 3, season both sides of the steak. Step 4, check the temperature of the pan. Step 5, place the steak in the center of the pan, the hottest point of the pan. Cook each side 2 to 3 minutes. Final step, allow your steak to rest 10 minutes. I have chosen to cook my steak to a medium rare today, so it will not need oven time. If you prefer your steak beyond medium rare, you could preheat your oven to 350, 375 degrees and cook accordingly. Hopefully this will be helpful. The next time you cook steak, I wish you the best of luck and bon appetit.